Right, guys, welcome to the very first episode of the 2022 World Cup team previews. Now, for the first episode, we are going to be talking about Qatar. And if you want to see more of these team previews, why not hit the subscribe button and also give this video a like so that you get to see a lot more of these team previews. Let's get started. So, Qatar are the host nation for the 2022 FIFA World Cup, as we all probably know, unless you live under a rock. Qatar are based in the Confederation of AFC, the Asian Football Confederation. The nickname is the Maroon, and that's mostly because of the colors of the flag and, as the shirts, as you can see right there. Fun fact about Qatar is that Qatar are the first host nation to make the debut at a World Cup since Italy in 1934. And a little bit of an extra fun fact for you, Qatar are the only team that will be making their debut or first appearance at this upcoming World Cup, which basically means World Cup appearances they've made before, 0. But hopefully they'll make a good one in the first ever World Cup. So, as I said before, Qatar have qualified for the World Cup just because they're the host nation, so they already got themselves a free pass and not have to compete in the qualifiers for a spot at the World Cup. However, the AFC, the Asian Football Confederation, had a dual qualification for the World Cup and the upcoming 2023 Asian Cup, which Qatar would need to compete in later of next year. And so Qatar did, in a way, participate in World Cup qualifying, and they were in a group containing Oman, India, Afghanistan, and Bangladesh, and Qatar breezed through their group. 7 wins, 1 draw, and that draw was against India, I believe. And so Qatar, as I said, breezed through their group, and now Qatar will be hoping that the 2022 World Cup will help them win their second consecutive Asian Cup title in 2023. Time will tell. Now, the team of Qatar is managed by Felix Sanchez, who is from Spain and has been their manager since 2017. He is also previously the manager or the head coach of Qatar's under-23 team that reached the 2018 under-23 AFC Asian Cup, in which Qatar were unfortunately knocked out in the semi-finals by Vietnam. But the majority of that team was based around a group of young players that came through their state-of-the-art Aspire Academy, as I said. And some of these players include Akram Afif, Almoraz Ali, Tariq Salman, and a few veterans such as Mohamed Al-Bayanti and Hassan Al-Haidos. And with this core of very young and upcoming talent in the Qatari team, mixed in with experienced players such as Al-Haidos, Qatar could potentially have a good mix between their experienced players and their young players heading into the World Cup. So what is the style of play that Qatar will most likely be using at this World Cup? Well, Qatar usually look to get the ball down and play through, the wings in order to create an expansion. They are most likely going to be playing 3 or 5 men at the back. As they are technically the underdogs, they may be the ones that will be playing a little bit more defensive than what they would use in terms of qualification for the World Cup and the Asian Cup, where the opposition is a lot more weaker. But Qatar would like to use the full use of the width of the pitch, so you can expect Qatar to swing in a lot of crosses from their flanks, especially from their fullbacks. So, what are some of their strengths? As I said, the width of the pitch. Qatar can pose a big threat, especially in the counter-attack, where particularly players such as Akram Afif, who traditionally cuts in from his left to attack the opposition. Another strength of this team is cohesion. As I said, there's a lot of familiarity within this Qatar squad. In addition, most of these players in the Qatar team actually play for one club, which is Al Sadd of Qatari Stars League, I believe it's called. And there is that familiarity with the players in the national team. In addition to that, Qatar are holding a training camp for about 3-4 months before the World Cup, and they are playing friendlies very often than what they would normally do. Now, some of the weaknesses of Qatar is solidity at the back. Despite the fluid defensive formation of 3 or 5 at the back, they may be vulnerable at the back and may find it very difficult to contain world-class attacking teams, such as Senegal, who have Sadio Mane, Netherlands has Memphis Depay, Ecuador has Gonzalo Plata, who we will all talk about in later episodes, and that may be very difficult for the Qatari defense to handle. Thus, they may be leaking a few goals in this tournament. Another weakness that they could face is injuries. If there are any concerns through injury or even suspension, and if these happen to Qatar's main players, they could struggle a lot more as their team doesn't have that much depth. Most of their starting 11, or at least most of their bench options, are okay, but they're not great options. So Qatar really hope that almost all of their star players will be in the squad, fit and ready to play in the opening match in Qatar. And now for the last part of the team previews, let's take a look at Qatar's fixtures in their group stage. Qatar are in Group A as the host nation, and they are actually playing the opening match of the World Cup, which will be on Sunday, the 20th of November, 7 p.m. local time in Qatar. That's what I mean by local time. They'll be playing against Ecuador, a team from South America, who they actually beat 4-3, I believe, a couple years ago. So Qatar does have the capability of beating Ecuador. Meanwhile, on Friday, the 25th of November, 4 p.m. local time, they will be up against Senegal, a team they've never played before, but they do have the experience of playing against teams that are from Africa, be it being lesser and weaker quality teams from Africa. Senegal will be one of the biggest tests that Qatar will probably face at this World Cup, but maybe even bigger, as on Tuesday, the 29th of November, 6 p.m. local time, they will be up against the Netherlands, 3-time World Cup finalists, and probably the biggest matchup in their group, probably even the biggest mismatch at this World Cup. And so Qatar will have a lot to do in order to qualify for the knockout stages at their own World Cup. So that's it for the team previews for episode 1 for the host nation Qatar. If you want to watch more of these team previews, why not hit the subscribe button, as there will be new videos coming out every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, with the next episode, episode 2, coming this Friday, the 2nd of September, being the defending champions France. So hit the subscribe button, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.